Hey guys, it's BlueLock here today, and we are going to be covering all of Chapter 327, Parts 1 and 2 about Birdcage. So we start with Buratada welcoming the geniuses to the Side B of BlueLock, and they are the 300 selectors and they are the 300 strikers plus one that he selected, and they have one mission: surpass BlueLock, as we see Ryosuke Kira appear and become the world's best striker. To that end, we will be holding a careful selection, and the two surviving players will get a chance to represent Japan in the final round of the U20 World Cup, obviously meaning him from the round of 32 and onwards from there. He says he'll back him up in terms of domestic and international transfer negotiations and do his best to make sure he turns him into a star. And now he says, okay, geniuses, if you want everything soccer has to offer, then come on in. The BlueLock's Project Special Edition Side B starts now, as we see familiar faces being Nishioka, Ryo Namioka from episode Nagi, Hibiki Okara, I think it's the Kisuke Wanima, and Nishioka, man, I just hope you do something this time. I made a whole theory about you and I got cooked. So you too, Kira, you both better do something. I made videos for you guys. Yeah, so Kira talks about how he's just ripping off ego, but these contracts are just shiny looking traps. Then some man under a hood says, looks like some former BlueLock dropouts are here. Roger. Bro, this guy gives off military vibes. And then Kira responds, huh? You too? No, I'm new to BlueLock. Then he says, I'm part of the fresh batch Buratsuda-san called for this selection. The name's Hanaru Shindo, and I'm from the AAA from the Netherlands League. Nice to meet you, Ryosuke, Japan's hope, Kira. So they still call him Japan's Drew, which is nice because, like, why would they change it? Also, he says, yeah, same to you. He's asked if he's number 1 too, and he says, sure am. It's on these cards that they gave us when we got here, right? Looks like it's this way. And then he would say, I've got to say, I can't believe the Ryosuke Kira couldn't hack it in BlueLock, and now you're taking another crack at it? That's intense. You must really love BlueLock, huh? No, it's utter shit. What's going on here is basically inhumane brainwashing. I took Buratsuda's offer so I could refute those methods. Gotcha. So you're like an anti-BlueLock extremist. Roger. Yeah, I've risked it all to come back here so I can crush BlueLock and Yoichi Isagi. Okay, Roger. As they both use an exclamation mark. Next we see Nagi Seishiro, the guy who barely failed in the rankings. Wait, why is he even here from the start? And then Shigeo Mizuki, the meme, the legend, the goat of BlueLock himself, says, in the beginning, oh shoot, I skipped a panel. Nagi says, yo. So basically Nagi just sees the people and now we're here. So yeah, everyone's surprised to see Nagi. So there are 14 people in this room. Got it. Oh shoot, we got Nishioka on their team. We are gonna see Nishioka do. I swear to God, if you eliminate Nishioka early, I will be pissed, bro. Let Nishioka cook, please. And then Kira Ryosuke goes, more importantly, Nagi Seishiro, why are you here? You're being pretty rude, you know. Talking so bluntly to someone you just met. Sorry, but I want to know more about the guy who fought that damn Isagi. Huh? Do you hate Isagi, Yoichi? Yeah, I hate him. And then we continue. I hate him so fucking much. Buratsuda will be like, hey, my dear geniuses, all set, you ready? The first selection of the Side B will be a birdcage. Rules are simple. The person chosen now will pick one partner. Those two are the birds. The birds will fight the bees, and the bees will trap them in the cage, forming around them, and the game begins. Tori and Kag. So, sorry, I'm reading off of Twitter right now. The 11 players must pass the ball without letting the two birds steal it. If the two birds steal the ball, they win. The time limit is 136 seconds, just like the game of tag. However, the pairs that succeeded move on to the next stage. If they fail, they stay in the cage and attempt the next game again. The next game will restart once the birds choose their next target. However, only the first 3 pairs to break through will be accepted. Buratsuda will state the first bird is you, Nagi Seishiro. Nagi would say, I see. Okay, it's been a while. This feeling. Ratsuda would say, now then, choose your partner to fight alongside you. Nagi would say, alright, I'll choose you. I grew up in BlueLock with Isagi too. That's why I have to destroy him so bad. Oh, bro. Nagi x Kira already? Okay, yeah, Kira isn't getting eliminated this time. We're actually gonna see Kira cook, bro. We're gonna see Kira cook. Let's go. And then Ego comes in and asks Yorichi Isagi, can we just talk the two of us? Even with the start of Side B, BlueLock still continues. What is the true nature of the feeling of urgency at the deep end of the first World Cup? At the end of the World Cup first round, basically after the first victory, with the next chapter being called God. Okay, there is a lot to unpack. So, the first thing I want to get into is Kira. He is playing in a France league, which, if you remember my first where would the eliminated characters of BlueLock go to? I actually did predict France because it's the place for stars, and with his Royal Japan gimmick, it would fit him so well, even though in terms of his build, it would be Munchen. So yeah, I'm actually glad I did get that. Also, I forgot to talk about Hiragi and Himizu being there. I would hope that we get to see them in the second stage or something, as a goodbye to them, because we won't see them after this arc in so long. So it would be nice to see them again. Buratsuda, why are you stealing Ego's drip from the chapter where literally you asked Ego to bring him back? I think it was chapter 303 that he asked him to bring it back. Yeah, you are stealing Ego's drip, bro. Please stop. It is not looking good on you. You do not rock it, especially with you being fat. How did they reduce pounds on him for this manga image, bro? That fit should not be fitting you. Yeah, I love the new game that they're doing, the Tori and Kag, the birdcage game. I actually really love it. I would love to do a what if scenario if the original Blue Lockers had to do this. Would Isagi be able to make it through that game or not? That would be very interesting for me to do. Also, let's get into Shindo Hanaru now. Will this guy be the person that Kira eliminates? I don't think he would eliminate him in this stage, because I think Nagi and Kira, unless they mess up somehow in the first round, because this is a rotation, because they can mess up and then they can have another chance as long as three teams don't make it before them. That's the thing. But would they be able to actually pull that off? And I don't think so. I think it's too much of a risk. Unless Kanashiro really wants to go through with Kira eliminating Hanaru, I don't think so. Also, I think this guy was from the military or something. He has a military background. So I think he's going to have sniper shots and something like that. And I don't really want to get too much into military and BlueLock, because I also want to talk about Sendo versus USA in a predictions video for the knockout stages. And yes, I have Japan versus USA. So yeah, that is something to do. This chapter was pretty chill. I like how Buratsuda is using every method he can to make BlueLock stronger from behind the scenes for his own dark, twisted goals by having people from Netherlands. He gives me IQ and Hiragi having a baby type of vibes for a character. This chapter... Now, let's talk about Isagi before I want to end things off too, because Nishioka better do something. Mizuki Shigio is actually here. That's crazy. But yeah, the next chapter is called God. So what I think this chapter is going to be about is Ego asking Isagi to just explain himself. What does he feel like? And Isagi would say he feels like a god. But Ego could pull a swerve in this chapter and say you are not God. Kind of like how Noah tells Isagi that in chapter 199 or 200 if I recall. So yeah, this is going to be a very intense chapter. I expect a lot of screaming from the two of each other, because I feel like this will be Ego trying to keep Isagi in check, because if Isagi keeps on going through the stage where he starts evolving and leaving everyone in the dust and expecting them to grow past their limits, it could be a Nagi Seishiro situation where they actually break through their limits, but at what cost? Isagi is gonna bring the best out of them, but some of them may not be able to not be ready for that actually yet. Yeah, I'm really excited for the next chapter. I really have high hopes for an emotional scene. I don't expect any other characters to. I just want Ego and Isagi to just literally just talk, scream, and all that. We might even get Annie being scared in the background or something like that. But I expect this to be one of the harshest dialogue chapters in BlueLock, period. This is just spoiler scans. This isn't even officials. Thank you all for watching. Stay blessed. Suki out.